Calling all mums who want to do some meal prep for themselves. I'm talking high protein lunches, breakfast, snacks, desserts. Give me an hour and you'll have this done. Hit subscribe, give me a like, and let's get cooking. Oh, this feels good. This is how I poach some chicken.
Sometimes I do this in the slow cooker, but today I'm doing it in a honking big pot on the stove.
And then I like to get some flavouring in. So this is some concentrated bone broth stock. Could be the ends of veggies. You just want to get some flavour in there. And now all we're going to do is cover it with water.
Okay, your tip to make the poached chicken delish is make sure that it is covered. All the recipe is below of how to get it super juicy like this. And for this time, I just chopped it up really, really small so that it would fit easily into my meal prep jars. How gorgeous are these jars? Oh my God. I have linked them below in my Amazon store. I start with the yogurt on the bottom and I'm making a tzatziki. I literally did it so lazy style. I did not even grate the cucumber or stir it through. And then I just go and start stacking the veg. What you want to think here is things that are going to go soft, i.e. like these green leafy vegetables goes on top. Things that are harder and can be wet and will last for, the whole week goes on the bottom. There they are, done and into the fridge.
So I want to make a frittata. And I'm thinking this frittata would be perfect for breakfast. One of the recipes from my protein ebook that I love is a prawn scrambled egg. So I'm going to kind of go with this idea and meal prep it into something that's going to be good and will do me for the whole week in one meal prep. So first things first is I want some shallots. So I'm going to do these really nice and thin. Really nice and thin. Oh my goodness. Nearly there. Perfect. And I want a little bit of cheese because, come on, that will make it more delish. Cheese for the top as well. Perfect. I'm going to make up the mixture that's going to go over the top for this frittata. I need some more egg whites, but if we get the base right, the rest of it will be great. Okay, I've got 3 eggs in there, and I am going to put, let's say, 200 mils of egg whites. I want to flavour it a little, and rather than just adding salt, I'm going to do a little bit of fish sauce because I'm going for my Asian flavour here. And same with a touch of tamari. Let's whisk this baby up. Yes. Perfect. Okay, we've got our shallots. We've got our prawns. Let's pull it together.
All right, get that oven on to 180 and then you want to line your tray. Don't forget to do that because it can always be a pickle to get a frittata out of an unlined tray. Start with the prawns and then on top with the shallots and the cheese. Then we're going in with that egg mixture that's got the egg whites in there. I call for 400 mils of egg whites, but babe, if your container is bigger, and you're like, you know what, I just want to get a whole heap of that in there, I'm into the protein, just add more. Whack it in the oven and it's done when it is just set in the middle.
Here we are, out of the oven. Now, we're gonna make it look lovely and pretty.
These are essential, sorry, but they are. Crispy chili oil, pickled ginger, go heavy on that, and some extra shallots. This is where you'll get the flavour in.
Yum. I shouldn't be so excited, but I am. It's going to be great. All right, let's get that into some containers. I cooked some cabbage for the side while the oven was on with my frittata in there. This will be perfect on the side. Very Asian-y.
Here's how we get it into the containers. I chopped mine into 6 equal size pieces. Babe, you can do it 4, you can do it 5, whatever works. A bit of that roasted cabbage on the side. Keep in mind too, my friend, whatever you've got in the fridge, put that in. If you need to roast it, put it in the oven at the same time as the frittata. I did an avocado and I topped it with some sesame seeds, kimchi always, or something fermented on the side, lid on, and baby, you've done it. Like this one is next level, so yum. And don't be afraid too that if you want to add something fresh the morning of that is soft, you can do that too.
Next one I want to do is some wraps. And I do this a little bit different. I do them with egg whites. Okay, first things first is into my bowl.
Is some egg whites.
However many you use is how big your wrap will end up being. Okay, so in with the egg whites. And we want half a teaspoon of the cream of tartar. That'll make them nice and fluffy and stiff. And a pinch of salt. And then we just let this thing do its thing. That means you let the egg whites whip. Get this out. I'm going for super, super stiff peaks. Now, first things first, I've got my parchment paper. You need to oil it. This is from a veteran of egg white wraps, and it is so heartbreaking when you don't do this and it sticks. So that's first thing. I'm going to also just put a touch of oil on my spatula. And look at that. I mean, it's always a bit scary doing that, isn't it? It looks perfect. And I would say that this will do 2 large wraps. You can play around here with the shape of your wrap. If you wanted to be making this into a pizza base, then baby, make it into a circle. My aim here is for this to be a gorgeous long rectangle that I can put lots of yogurt and fruit on and roll it up and eat this when I need something sweet. While I'm kicking the cravings and getting back on to eating well again. Makes a fair size wrap, right? As you're doing it, you're just wanting to get it nice and even. And I reckon that looks pretty good. Okay, I'll put that one in the oven. Do another one. Get this one along. You're aiming for that same thickness as your other one too, right? So you could have them next to each other just to eyeball them. As you get making these are something that I make absolutely every single week. And you can play around too. If you know that all of these are going to be used for sweets, then you can put some vanilla or cinnamon in them. If you might be using them, which I often do, in place of a bread wrap, and I'll put in there all of my tuna and my veg and roll it up, you might want to put garlic and onion powder in there, some lemon zest, totally up to you. Good looking wrap. All right, in it goes. So look at how great these wraps turned out. Look at these. You just pull them off like that, and this is what you're left with. So good. So you can roll them up. I love putting my fruit on there with my yogurt and rolling them that way. But babe, this is such a good vehicle. Do we call it that? These wraps are so ace for putting anything on there. I mean, you could even put that on that wrap. What I love having these for is it makes me feel like I'm eating bread. And as much as I want bread to work for Stace, it just doesn't. This leaves me energized and feeling great. To store them, I just put them in a container in the fridge and then pull them out, chop them up. I'll probably put each of those into half. And then I've got my wrap ready to go.
Let me talk you through that sweet wrap idea, because I know that would have made you be like, what? Hang on, I can make this sweet. I want you to think of the wraps like a pavlova. Yep, that's literally the delicious texture. Bit of yogurt, I slice up my strawberries, chop it, and then it's all rolled. They're like little tiny roll-ups. It is so yum. You could make these and take them to work. You could make them for dessert. It is endless, the ideas.
Look at these. Oh my gosh. I love them like so much. These work for me every time if I need a sweet treat. So good. Make them. I'm gonna chop up some fruit as well, because I love eating that on the side of all of my meals, and I want it ready to go. That is a good pineapple. That makes me excited to eat that during the week. Chop this one up as well. Fish. Look at how pretty that looks. Yum. And done. Look at this. I actually think I'm most excited for breakfast This smells so delish. All of the recipes are linked below. So you got to tell me, does this kind of meal prep help you? I know for me, let's get a little bit of honesty here at the moment. I'm trying to get back on track. I'm killing it in the gym, but I can see the spot that I'm falling down is with my food. So I'm like, let's get this sorted. And I love that when I put them into the smaller containers, because if I'm heading out, I can be like, I'm going to take lunch with me. If you're heading into the office, if you're working from somewhere else, you have it ready to go. Hit subscribe, give it a like, and can you do me one more favor? Tell me, every single Friday I post a 1 hour meal prep video here. What one would help next? Do you want to see some freezer meals? Do you want to see some more stuff for the kids? Do you want to see more stuff for you? I want to know what you're thinking. So let me know in the comments below. See you on the next video.